Okay, welcome. We're going to learn about how to do our online science. So we're going to go to the student resource page and we're going to go to the IXL and we're going to log in. Now I'm going to borrow one of our new students, Delilah. We're going to use her and get her. We're going to put her username and password. If you don't have your username or password, ask the online coordinator and they will provide it for you. So let's put in Delilah here, and then I'll put in Delilah's password, and we'll log in. Okay, and there we are, and we're now into the IXL, and we'll be doing science. We'll click science here, and you'll notice that there are many grades for science, and I know that all of you are in different grades, many of you in different grades, so everyone will be doing 6th grade. I know you guys are in different grades, like 5th and maybe 7th, but everyone will be doing 6th grade science. So let's click 6th grade science, and here we are. In 6th grade science, we'll start off with A1, which is the identifying steps of scientific method. Now, let's get started. And there's 3 tokens on this, which is good, because that's where our grades come from. Okay, and they're telling us about the development of the hypothesis. Now, one feature we want to show you guys is how to do a copy and paste and then text to speech. So we're going to do a copy, and then after we highlight the text, we're going to do a right click, and then we're going to copy it. Okay, now that it's copied, we're going to go to student resources, and we're going to go down here to text to speech. We're going to click there, and we're going to do a paste here, and this will give us the ability to listen to the instructions. So we want you guys not just to read the instructions, but we want you to be able to listen to the instructions as well.
The passage below describes some of the steps of the scientific method. Select the part of the passage that describes developing the hypothesis. Hint: to develop the hypothesis, you use prior knowledge to propose a possible explanation that can be tested.
Now, there are parts of IXL that's a little difficult to do copy and paste. Like the rest of this will not copy and paste. So what we do in order to copy and paste this passage, we go to print. Where's print? I'll just do a click on the white part here, and I'll click print. And from print, you can actually do a copy and paste. So we're going to do a copy here, and then I'm going to let go and do a right click on the blue part and copy it and cancel. We don't need to print that. And then we go back to text to speech, and we're going to delete all this. We don't need this anymore, so I'm going to delete that. And then I'm going to paste right here, and we get
Kendall watched boats on the river. She noticed that some of the boats were V-shaped, and other boats seemed to have flat bottoms. She speculated that the shape of the boat bottom might affect how much weight the boat could hold, so that flat-bottomed boats would hold more weight. So, she decided to make several aluminum foil boats to float in the bathtub. She made 10 boats with flat bottoms and 10 boats with V-shaped bottoms, and then she kept track of the number of pennies it took to sink each boat in the water. Kendall compared the average number of pennies it took to sink the boats in each of the 2 groups. Because the flat-bottomed boats held more pennies, she reasoned that the shape of the boat bottom affected how much weight the boat could hold.
Now you notice that there was pauses because these are 2 lines and two lines, and you can do a little bit of editing. I can delete in front of this and it comes together. I can delete this and put a space, and that can help the reading. But if you don't need that much help reading it, you can leave it as it is. So we have this portion right here. That's the part that we're answering for IXL. So make sure you do copy and then paste and have this read. and then find the section here that's going to be the part that's developing the hypothesis. And if you do get it wrong, it's okay. So if let's say I choose the wrong one here, it's okay because they will tell you which one really is the hypothesis. And it's right here. She speculated that the boat shape bottom might affect how much weight the boat could hold, so that the flat bottom boats would hold more weight. So that really is the developing the hypothesis. And here they'll tell you more here about why the answers are true. They got a little sketch here that shows you where the developing hypothesis starts and then what happens afterward. And there's some more things they're going to ask you. They're going to ask you about identifying the question. Later on, they're going to ask you about developing the hypothesis. Well, they already did. And they're going to ask you about how to find the testing the hypothesis. You'll also be able to identify where when they analyze the data, also where they draw the conclusions, where they revise the hypothesis, where they communicate their findings. And all of these things you're going to be eventually asked for. So it is coming. So let's get started on your science.